I'd like you to imagine two rooms. In the first, bright fluorescent lights, a continuous beeping monitor, the strong smell of antiseptic, people standing by someone in a hospital bed that appears to be their loved one with lines, leads, and tubes emanating from their body. There are looks of worry and anxiety on their faces. In the next room, a soft light peers through a window overlooking a lake. The sound of soft wind chimes and a Native American flute play in the background, while memories and meaningful I love yous are being exchanged. Hands are being held over a familiar bed, and as someone takes their final breath, they're met with peace, stillness, and love. The difference in dying in these two rooms isn't a chance, it's a choice. And today, I invite you to rethink care at life's end with me. When my mother passed, she was surrounded by us, her family. I gently massaged her neck and her feet and repositioned her so she wouldn't be in pain. My sister gently bathed and dressed her and fed her her last favorite foods. And my father held her hand so tightly and caressed her forehead, reminding her and reassuring that everything would be okay. It was an incredibly exhausting experience, but it was sacred, and it was truly a gift. It felt worlds away from the hospital room we found ourselves in just a few months earlier, where the machines did all the talking. The hard truth here is that not everybody dies like my mother did. Too often, death finds its way in hospital rooms, where family members are left to stand awkwardly by their loved one's bed and wonder if it's even okay to touch them. It's the visual definition of despair. Death also finds its way in long-term care facilities, where the sound of a TV can drown out meaningful conversation. Hands are gloved instead of familiar. The sound of that meaningful goodbye can be rushed, if it even gets to come at all. This is the case for 7 in 10 people currently. 7 in 10 die in hospitals and long-term care facilities, while only 3 in 10 are passing in the comfort of their own homes. I've witnessed death firsthand in these two settings, and it's evident to me that we're missing the care that matters most. I know this not just as a daughter, but as a clinician. I'm a physical therapist. I've spent the better part of my career helping people to stand, walk, and just move better in their day-to-day lives. But what does movement look like at the end of one's life? It becomes less about progress and more about presence. Sometimes the most I can offer someone isn't rehab, it's rest. It's not exercise, it's ease. About simply showing up, not to fix something, but to witness and to hold. I recently had the good fortune of working with a woman who was passing of end-stage Parkinson's disease. Her family called upon me to perform therapeutic touch, and during our session, her face would go from crumpled with pain to relaxed in ease. And in turn, her family also felt some relief. Myself and other allied healthcare professionals like me are trained to improve someone's function and comfort at all stages of their life. But at the end, we can prove to be a critical part. Let us also consider death doulas. They're not medical professionals, and they're not meant to replace hospice. Rather, they're a skilled companion to help guide us on our transition of dying. They might sit by your bedside and help with the spiritual, practical, and emotional implications of dying. They might sit vigil through the night while a caretaker is able to get some much-needed rest. They can help guide the dying process for children, making it into more of a story that takes something incomprehensible and easier to understand. They can help families speak about the truly unspeakable. And this isn't just about adding more professionals into a room, because it's about creating a circle of care where we have skilled hands, hearts, and minds that come together. We know that doctors and nurses are ever present in the dying process, but they cannot and should not bear the weight of this transition alone. And here's why this really matters right now. For the first time in US history, by 2034, the number of individuals 65 years and older will outnumber children. And it's estimated that 70% of them will pass of chronic lifelong illnesses rather than sudden death. So this means we have time to plan, time to choose. But too often right now, that time's wasted in hospital rooms and long-term care facilities where chaos and confusion reign supreme. What if we stop looking at dying as a medical emergency and instead a sacred transition? We don't view dying as medical defeat, but a deeply human experience held by many hands. And how do we do this? Well, before we talk about the how, it is important to talk about the when. And the when is now. It's not in the middle of a crisis. It's not when we're given a diagnosis. It starts now. We first have to sit with ourselves and ask, what else besides medical intervention do we want at the end of our lives? What matters most to you when time is short? What do you want your final sights, sounds, and touches to be? Is it that of a stranger in scrubs or someone you love most and their smiling face? Is it the sound of that beeping monitor? Or is it your favorite song, or someone telling you that they love you? Is it a gloved hand changing out a bag of IV fluids? Or is it that warm embrace of your loved one reassuring you that everything will be okay? And then we talk to those around us, our loved ones, and we ask them these questions and find out what they want. And these conversations aren't meant to be morbid. Rather, consider them a gift, a beautiful roadmap on a way to die a better death, and in turn, help those who are left behind with their grieving. Then we can create that circle of care, complete with doctors, nurses, allied healthcare professionals, death doulas, friends, and family, so that we have the ample skill, care, and love to help us navigate our life's second biggest transition. Because we know that death will find us, and likely in one of those two rooms. But the real question is, how will you choose to meet it? Will it be with darkness, fear, and worry, or with peace, love, and light? Thank you.